We're back talking about behind the scenes Diwal'Oween, and today we're going to talk about the music. So I love the music in Diwal'Oween. I made a really big effort to include a lot of South Asian American artists and a lot of people I'd worked with before or who were friends of mine, and each character had its own personality. So for each storyline, A story, B story, and C story, there was a different tone and a different character's experience and different exposure through the music. For Bobby's caper, I wanted like a classic New York jazz from the 50s. So I found Fats Navarro, whose music is public domain. So that's the trumpet Afro-Cuban sound. For Happy, I had hip hop because he's a wannabe hip hop artist, and that was Manish Bidet, who is an old friend, and now he's producing for Drake. But I have his old mixtapes, and he lets me use music from that. So, it was really important for me to show New York, South Asian life, and there's no one more iconic in the New York South Asian music scene than DJ Reka, who had a 20+ year running club night, which is one of the longest running club nights in New York history, which is saying a lot. I included their Basement Bhangra anthem, which features Wyclef Jean, and that really sets the tone for the New York landscapes. Falu, I had done an EPK electronic press kit for her album For Us Road, and I used a lot of the folky instrumentals from that as background music. So Todd Michelson and his wife Rena Shah have a band called My Pet Dragon, and he has a very powerful Eddie Vedder type of voice when he sings. But for this project, I wanted more ethereal, funny Halloween music. So he was the first person I asked, and he made some electronic songs for the children when they're meeting up together for Halloween. Kevin MacLeod also has become very popular. He is on Creative Commons, and basically he allows people to just use his music unless you're getting paid. Then you owe him some residuals. He has a really wide range from, adventure to action to comedy, different genres, different instruments, and I really enjoyed using that for the adventure of the kids in the woods, kind of like Goonies or something like that. Then there was Ashutosh, who has some like pop electronic music, and he's based in India, so he was happy to collaborate, and he's also under Creative Commons. And then Grumby has a lot of romantic, electronic, dreamy soundscapes, so I use that for the romantic scenes. And then Navigante, I had seen this amazing Wu-Tang documentary that was a sidebar sponsored at Sundance, and it had some of the best cinematography I've ever seen, especially of New York, and especially in a rap documentary. And so a couple of years later, I was looking for music for Diwal'Oween, and I just found this Navigante on Creative Commons. And when I emailed him, it turned out he was the cinematographer who shot the Wu-Tang documentary. So I already liked his work, and he was very cool about it. Like, you can use my songs unless you make a lot of money, then you owe me residuals. I had some artists who were on major labels, and they were really cool, but the label was giving just a 1-year contract, and I knew we would only be up with the festival circuit after a year. So people advised me that it's better not to sign with a major label. Plus, they were asking for basically the entire music budget for one song, more than the entire music budget. So that was subject to change whenever the contract came up for renewal. So that was not advisable given the budget nature, and this was intended to be a web series. So I sadly dropped those couple of songs. I really wanted to make a lot of money in sales so I could pay my actors, my crew. Also, I gave points to them and the musicians. So please buy our movie and support all these artists. Thanks.